My name's Simon Hackett. I'm a councillor in Friar Park, and I'm also the Cabinet Member for Children's Services, the politician for Children's Services. I've recently come back into this role in the last few weeks. I was previously around between 2013 and 2019, and in the last few weeks I've been appointed again as Cabinet Member after being away for about 3 years. And in terms of shape, during my first time of being around, 2013 to 19, myself and Nisha and others, we basically set up shape, and the reason it happened was because, as Children's Services, I wanted to make sure that children and young people had a voice in Sandwell, not just in terms of the council, but across the whole of Sandwell in terms of other partners like the police, for example, or health services. And it was about giving voice to children and young people. It wasn't just a Children's Services issue. All different departments in the council, all different agencies across Sandwell need to listen to what children and young people have got to say, and that's why we set up SHAPE. And one of the things that we did early on is we had a conference, and we asked young people what they wanted, and one of the things they wanted was a talent, to basically showcase what they can do as young people. And at the time, the library service was doing something, on a smaller scale, but was doing something like that. So we worked with the library service to basically set up the first SHAPE talent final, and that was some years ago, and it's gone from strength to strength since then. Okay, there was the COVID issue for a little bit, but it's just fantastic. It's fantastic to celebrate what children and young people can do. I think sometimes there's always negative media around young people sometimes in terms of antisocial behaviour, and what we wanted to do through SHAPE was really showcase the great things that young people do, and this is just an example tonight. My job, this is probably one of the highlights of the job, is coming along and seeing the great things that young people do. So it's fantastic, and I'm really glad to be back in the role.
Do you have any advice for the young people that are coming to SHAPE?
I think just give it your best, and even early on before the final. The next event will be next year, probably around March next year. They'll be doing heats again in the different towns, and I've just seen anybody with a talent, whatever the talent that might be, enter, and just do your best, and who knows what can happen. A few years ago, it wasn't Britain's Got Talent. It was The Voice. It was The Voice for Kids. They met with a number of young people who came from the talent programme, and it just shows what can happen. So just go for it is what I would say. Go for it, and I wish everybody well tonight.